In a classroom in a school in Phnom Penh, there is no shouting out or misbehaving. The reason? The subject being taught. The history of the Khmer Rouge regime, which saw almost a quarter of Cambodia's population killed in the late 1970s. Most of the students' parents were affected by the nearly 4-year reign of terror. The teacher himself was 5 years old when it started.
Some students do not believe it happened because their parents were born after the regime. So they feel that the teachers are making it up because they see how things are now, that they have so much freedom.
And it does seem almost incomprehensible, the difference between Cambodia's capital today and what happened in 1975, when the residents of Phnom Penh were forced to leave and become slave workers on huge farms in the countryside. Up to 2 million people were murdered or died from disease and starvation. Thousands of teachers were amongst the dead, killed for being intellectuals, and for years after the end of the regime, the subject wasn't taught properly in schools.
Some of the teachers were from the Khmer Rouge themselves, so they insist on a different version. And then some of the teachers were victims, and then they insist more story of survivor, and some were, I remember 2 female teachers had to quit being a teacher because it's too emotional for her to teach.
That all changed in 2009 when a new textbook was introduced along with a proper curriculum. Students have also been following the trial of 2 of the former Khmer Rouge leaders who were jailed for life last week for their part in the atrocities. Part of the verdict was that a chapter on the forced evacuations from towns and cities be included in future textbooks.
The verdicts taught me more about the leaders of the Khmer Rouge, the torture and the other things that they did, as well as about the organisation of the regime.
It has been a long rebuilding process for the people of Cambodia since the end of the Khmer Rouge 35 years ago. And now that students are being fully informed what happened, everyone here hopes that it will never happen again.